What's up, everybody? We are in week 3. It's almost here. Another day or so. And then we've got a bunch of games. Another Sunday. We've got 2-0 teams. We've got 1-1 teams. We've got 0-2 teams. Where do you stand? What's the situation? Do we got to make moves? Do we got to make trades? What do we need to do? Throw it all in the chat. Who we starting? Who we sitting? Throw everything in the chat. And I'm here. Marty, what up, brother? What's good, Marty? Well, we better win this week. We have to win this week. We got the Chargers, big game. Man, we need this dub. Definitely need this dub. Did he say K Makers was actually going to play this week? I can't remember. I thought I saw it somewhere. But it did come out that he said Madison is still the guy. All right, unlikely to play week 3. Yeah, so you don't got to worry about K Makers yet. So I guess we can play Madison depending. Have to win. Eckler is out. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. Yeah, where do you have Eckler in the subscriber league? No Acres, not likely to play. Yeah, so we don't got to worry too much about Acres. I'm not worried about Acres to begin with, but Kev, what it do, Kev? You got a 0-2. You got 5 1-1s and 2 2-0s. Okay. All right, Kev. Is that all redraft, or is that like a mixture of some redraft and some dynasty there? But yeah, Eckler's out, so now we got Kelly again. Last week Kelly shit the bed. Did absolutely nothing. So are we trusting Kelly this week? I mean, against the Vikings defense, depending on what your options are, he's going to be a good play. I mean, it could be a high scoring game. What's the chances he gets in the end zone? We've given up this. I mean, the defense has given up the 7th most yards per carry so far. I mean, I don't know. Not in a sub league, but a bunch of best balls. Okay, okay, in a dynasty. Only two redrafts. All right. So you got mostly dynasties, Kev. That's nice. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 6 redrafts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 dynasties. 6 and 7 for me. Redraft's going pretty good so far. I think I'm only 0-2 in one of them. Well, actually 2 of them, but one of them was the Dice League, which is where we didn't really get to choose our guys. We had to roll the dice, and whatever position that landed on, that's who we had to pick in that particular round. So it got rough for me. My team is kind of trash in that league, but I couldn't do nothing about that. Madison gonna be running with purpose this week. I'm starting him basically everywhere I got him. Yeah, I bet you he does. I bet you he does have a big game. I mean, I guess of course not a good Charger defense, but yeah, I think he would have a good game. I mean, Akers is not there yet. He's probably not going to play at all. So Madison definitely needs to do his thing. Can we call it now? Can we call like 2 tutties for like a $110 for Madison on like 17, 18 totes? You know, Vite Queen. There she is. What up? What are we thinking this week for Madison, Vite Queen? Marty thinks he's about to go off. Should we go with like a 2 tutty, maybe 1 rushing, one receiving, and like a $110? We got the Viking crew up in here today. Just trying not to make bad decisions right now. Everyone panicking, especially at running back. Yeah, I mean, listen, the whole running back situation is fucked, which is why I never consider, drafting running backs early or holding like a lot of your assets, a lot of the value on your team in the running back position. Like it's just not a good idea because one of these guys gets hurt and now all your value is gone and now you can't get out of it. You're stuck. So I always recommend just, going after running backs once you've got your team set and ready to make a move. Rams don't want Akers for a reason. Yeah, I mean, they tried to get rid of him last year and nobody wanted him. They couldn't trade him at all, so they had to keep him. And then, they tried him this year and he was 22 carries for 29 yards and they were like, "Bro, just get out of here." Basically gave him away for free. I mean, what the Vikings swap like a 6th and a 7th or something like that? I mean, literally it cost nothing. So, 20 touches, 100 scrimmage yards. Yeah, I can see that from Madison. I can see that. I have no trust. Kirk might run one in first. Kirk's ass ain't running. He better not run nowhere. His ass better stay in the pocket. Stay fucking safe. Shit. Caddy, what up, Caddy? Yo, I heard that too, Marty. That Akers wanted to smash McVay's wife. Apparently, everybody does. Said, "Come on, dude, grow up. Everybody wants to smash your wife." I don't know how like true that really is, but I did see that. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. Yes, that's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but some report or something like that came out. Because I'm not the only one that heard it. So yeah, man, that's wild, right? That's crazy wild. It's crazy wild. Apparently, I think they said Jared Goff, Jared Goff, wanted to too, and that's why he traded him away. So I don't know. I don't know. It is funny though. It is funny. Definitely funny. 60-point outing. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, probably take the over on that, right? I hope it's true. Googling McVay's wife now. Oh god. I mean, she looks good. I mean, she's not, banging, but she looks good enough. But yeah, I thought that was funny. That was funny. Yeah, I guess she was Miss Universe or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I briefly like read over it. I didn't really go into it. I just wanted to see uh what she looked like after I saw that little report or whatever it was. But yeah. So, I mean, what's going on this week so far? Where's the injuries at? I think Debo got hurt last night, but he seems like he's going to be okay. His ribs, everything was negative. Waddle, concussion. We don't know if he's going to be ready to go yet. Limited Friday gives him the opportunity to clear by Saturday. So I guess we'll know tomorrow whether Waddle is playing or not. Obviously, if he's playing, we're starting him. So I get my ass kicked this week. You got Cousins, Stevenson, Cook, Devontae, Nico, Kittle, and Waddle. All right. And what you got, Caddy? I know you've told me your team a bunch of times, bro, but I can. It's hard for me to remember with everybody. Throws their teams in here constantly. I can't remember who exactly is on your squad. So just throw it in there. But he's got Cousins. That's a good matchup with. I mean, Cousins, Stevenson, Cook, Devontae, Nico. Kittle just did his thing. Waddle. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. My bad. Jay, what up, Jay? How do you feel about starting Godwin against the Eagles defense? I mean, they're probably gonna have to throw. The one thing, like, this is the first time the Bucks are actually playing a good defense. I mean, the first 2 weeks, they didn't play good defenses, so now that they're playing a good defense, I mean, I don't know. What's your other choices other than Godwin? That's probably the real question is what's your other choices? Do you have any other, better choices? But Jay, appreciate you, bro. Kev said we might see mix and play QB this week. Yeah, man. We don't know if Burrow's playing. So if you have Burrow, like you can't really take the chance. You can't. You have to play whoever else you have or somebody else. You can't take the chance that he doesn't play. He shouldn't play. I mean, if he's gotta sit just 1 week, even 2 weeks just to be, sure that he's healthy for the rest of the season, like, Jamar Chase is even saying, like, "Bro, he shouldn't play. He shouldn't play." Allen, Walker, Mostert, Puka, Olave, Goddard, Garrett. I mean, you got a good squad too, so I don't know, it's impossible to tell. Walker has an awesome matchup. Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Mostert's like, a top 5 RB right now. Puka is wide receiver, what, 2? Olave's been beasting. Garrett Wilson, even though, they're not connecting as much, he's still scoring touchdowns. He's still giving you points. And, I mean, Goddard, maybe you could fix that, but I mean, it's a good matchup. So every team's going to be good when it's such a shallow league. So really anything can happen any week. It's more like luck than anything else at that point. Marty said Stevie Mayer and Jimmy G for Pitts. Yeah, give me Pitts, bro. Give me Pitts. The potential of what he could be is worth Mayer and Jimmy G, who you know is a journeyman now. I mean, he goes place to place. He's always going to be decent, but if you can get yourself a Kyle Pitts, like that kind of upside, and like you're okay waiting for it. You're not paying for Kyle Pitts to be Kelsey in this deal. Like Mo right now, like that's fine, but the upside that's there is definitely worth it. I mean, what's really the difference between Pitts and Mayer? I mean, as far as like right now. So yeah, if you can get Pitts for that cheap, that's nothing. Absolutely, I'll take Pitts. Especially if it's any kind of like tight end premium. Hell yeah. Other options are Shaheed and Reynolds. Okay, Ford and Herbert. I do like Reynolds this week. I know he's had the injury, but I know he's still questionable. I'm gonna have to feel that out. Shaheed's been good so far as well. It's only a matter of time before Michael Thomas breaks down. So at that point, Shaheed will be the wide receiver too. So Ford's got a tough matchup. Herbert, I mean, I don't trust Herbert. So it's either between Shaheed and Reynolds, I would say for me. If Reynolds plays, I'll probably go Reynolds. But with the injury, just keep an eye on that. I mean, if you're worried or you just want to play it safe, maybe you just go Shaheed there. Maybe just go Shaheed. But yeah, I've got Shaheed in the league. I've been sending out a ton of trades lately. Let me see if I can find it. Let me find some of the trades I made this way. I'll show y'all. So I made some dynasty trades lately and just kind of tear downs. I don't think I'm really contending this year. I'm 1-1 in one of these leagues and 0-2 in another. Um, just the way I drafted in some of the other teams. And I had Aaron Rodgers in one of them. So I needed to make some moves and just try and pick up some more assets so I can gear up for next season. So I'll show y'all some of that. My other options are I've seen that already. Why did that come up again? My bad. All right, check this trade out. This is an IDP league. Let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. So I got Michael Pittman in a first, and I gave up Jalen Waddle, and some defensive guys. Okereke, who was on my bench, Hufungai was starting, but I feel like I could replace him. P. Ryan, which is like a win now guy, and Robert Woods, which is a win now guy, which I'm not trying to win this year. So I got Michael Pittman in the first. I think this team is like 1-1 that I traded with. They're kind of like a midish team. So it could be like a mid first and Michael Pittman that I got here and gave up Jalen Waddle. Then in another league, I traded Jalen Waddle again. Mm. You tell me what y'all think about it. I'm not winning this year, so and it's a super flex league. We're gonna check out the weather here in a second also so we can look at some of the matchups that the weather could be affecting this weekend. So in some of our start sits, this might affect some of our decisions. Let me pull that up. Let's get the weather. Let's check out what we got. All right, so Indy, Baltimore looks like we've got winds sustaining 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts over 20, scattered showers, pregame and early game, potentially clearing late. So that's a game we got to keep an eye on. Things could change as of tomorrow, as you know, the storm could move faster or slower, whatever the case is. So we've got to keep an eye on that game. That's Baltimore and Indy, so that could affect some of the passing game there. You've got New Orleans at Green Bay. So this is, Olave, Shaheed, which we just talked about. Some of the Packers guys. Dubes, sustained winds 15 miles per hour, gusts over 25 miles per hour, chance for showers. That could be a good option to, for the running game. AJ Dillon, Aaron Jones. Patriots at the Jets. Looks like good shot of rain, winds sustaining 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts over 25 or higher. So the passing game for the Jets. I mean, Garrett Wilson, Caddy, you had Garrett Wilson in that starting lineup. What are your other options other than Garrett Wilson? Maybe this is not the game to play him. Maybe you go maybe you take into effect this a little bit more now, especially in an 8-man. You don't want to fuck up, and make the wrong decision of who you're starting. So Denver at Miami could be a shower or a storm. Not sure. Buffalo at Washington. Bulk of rain should be clear by kickoff, though it's close. So again, just another one we got to keep an eye on. Winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Could be 20 miles per hour. That's the Washington, Buffalo. So Terry McLaurin, Dotson, showers likely winds at Seattle. Other than that, it looks pretty decent. And I'll put this in the chat. This way y'all can get it. I've been posting it pretty much whenever we are looking at it. So just use this. This is good for kickers as well. So your kickers, Indy, Baltimore, Green Bay, New Orleans, Jets, Patriots, Washington, Buffalo. I mean, these might not be the best times to start those kickers. So look into other kickers. Look into kickers that are kicking in the dome, or some good weather. Let me get to everybody in the chat here. Ray, what up, Ray? What's good, brother? Kevin said down on Waddle. No, I'm not down on Waddle. It's just that I wanted to gain assets. So, I mean, those first could be Caleb Williams, could be Marvin Harrison. So the other trade I traded Waddle for Godwin and a first, and that first was on the last place team in the league. He's got like a midish kind of team, but he started out 0-2. So just trying to tear down and pick up the asset because of what I can get next year. Take the 2-for-1. So Pacheco or Addison in the flex. It's got to be Addison, especially against the Chargers. Addison is almost like a must play this week, but especially over Pacheco for sure. Especially over Pacheco. South C77, what's up? PPR, would you trade Pierce and Addison for Cook? For James Cook, if you're desperately in need for a running back, yes, I like Cook more than Pierce. If you got to give up Addison as an extra piece, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If you need a running back for sure. That means you're probably okay at wide receiver, so I do like that. Appreciate you, South Sea. Just smash that subscribe, guys. Smash that like if you haven't already. Appreciate all y'all. My lineup: Dak, Garrett Wilson, Adams, Judy, CMC, Jacobs, Waller, Mike Williams, and Reynolds or Shaheed. I like it. I like it. Jacobs, I mean, hopefully that turns around. They've gone against some tough D's. We'll see what happens. I like Judy this week. You got CMC. I mean, Waller. I like it. Would you start Judy over Godwin? Ooh, yeah. That's tough because I really do like Judy this week. Um, Now do you play Judy over Reynolds or Shaheed instead, and play Godwin as well, or throw Godwin in that flex instead? I might like that honestly better, especially with the injury to Reynolds. I might go that route. What do you think about that, One Nation? Ray said I have Jalen Hurts at QB. I would love to have an AJ Brown stack. Okay. It's always good to have it, but don't go out of your way. But he is a good buy low right now. I mean, if you guys are sub to the channel, I just put out a video a couple days ago of some good buys to get. Chase was on there, Waddle was on there, AJ Brown was on there, and I gave some ideas of how you can try and acquire those guys, who you can trade for him. He seems to be pretty damn buy low. Was wondering if I should trading DK Moss. Yeah, absolutely. If you can get him for that, yeah, give me AJ for that. Absolutely. And now's the time to do it because don't wait until Hunt plays. You don't want to know what's going to happen. You want that people to think that Hunt is really going to get the work, because I don't think Hunt is getting a lot of work at all. Um, so yeah, if you can give up DK Moss and Hunt, then absolutely, man, go do it. Kango, what's up, Kango? Which QB should I start? Love, Fields, or Stroud? It's tough to start Fields right now until he kind of fixes his shit. So he could have a bounce back game, as he said he was going to, run more and trust his instincts and all that. If CJ Stroud is going to throw the ball almost 50 times a game, I mean, he's going to give you pretty decent production. And then you've got Jordan Love, who's thrown 3 touchdowns each of the last 2 games against now a pretty good defense. So that's tough. At some point, Stroud will come back down to earth. So give me either Love or Fields there. If you want to just go for the pure upside, like, you can go with Fields. If you want to, just play it more safe, then go with Love, I would say. Dude has Pacheco and Tyler as their running backs. Yeah, I mean, what's his wide receivers like though? Oh, okay, so he only has Pacheco and Tyler. You have AJ Brown. You want to give him DK, Moss, and Hunt. So yeah, I mean that's even better. But that's the right way to think about it, right? You're going about it right. You're looking at his team and seeing where the weakness is, and now trying to solve that for him, which gives him more incentive now, to make the trade and come off of AJ Brown, especially since he hasn't been producing kind of how we want. So I like that, Ray. You got the right idea. Send it out. See if we can get him. You might have to add something else, but feel him out. See what he's thinking. If I'm replacing Garrett, it's either Pacheco. It's Addison. It's Addison. Play Addison over Garrett Wilson this week. Play Addison. It's an 8-team, right? You've got to go for the upside here. Addison has the best matchup. You've got to play Addison, I think. Ray said your lineup is Olave, Hurts, Olave, Metcalf, Kelly. Yep. Gus Edwards. Yep. I like that. Hawkinson, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones out. Jake Moody got me 12 points in Jags D as of now. Okay. I like it. You're looking good. Jags D over Eagles D. That's fine. That's fine. Ev said thoughts on Addison. Conjure to do the same thing you are with Waddle on some shares. What kind of shots would you fire off? Tier down, Kev? Are you trying to tier down, or are you trying to tier up? Are you trying to acquire Addison, or are you trying to sell him off? What I like to do is try and just drop down a tier and add and ask for a first on top of it. So you pick up the extra asset because we know as we go on during the season and then towards the end of the season in the off season, right? That first is just going to keep gaining value and gaining value and gaining value. And people go crazy once the draft comes up and once your rookie draft comes, people will go crazy to trade for guys that they think are really really good. So sell to tier up. Okay, so you're trying to tier up with Addison. So you're trying to get like a T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, St. Brown, guys like that, right? Let me know if I'm getting that right, Kev. So if you're trying to tier up to one of those guys, you're probably going to have to pay Addison in the first, um, or something close to that, depending on who you're trying to get. Depending on who you're trying to get. So I mean, AJ Brown is a good time to try and get an AJ Brown. Um, it's a good time to try and get a Waddle. And I love Waddle. I don't not like Waddle. Waddle's shown us that he can do it any way that you want him to. He can do it both ways, right? He can give you the PPR, he can give you the catches, or he can give you the yards after the catch, and go crazy that way. So I do still like Waddle. It's just a process trade, and it's just having a plan and executing a strategy. I mean, I love Waddle, but I don't want to keep him if I can make my team better or gain another asset. If I can split that in half. I mean, I went from Waddle to Michael Pittman in one league and the first. So, now I have Michael Pittman and I have that first I can play with. Can I sell Pittman as well, and do the same sort of thing? Maybe, but I'm okay with that for now because I'm not contending. I'm not contending right now. Right. It just gives me more ammunition for next year, gives me an extra asset. The other league I traded Waddle and got Godwin in a first, right? I'm going to take at least a year or two. Godwin's a free agent in 2025. He's going to have a decision on whether he stays there or whether he goes somewhere else. Maybe he goes to a good team. Maybe he stays with the Bucks. Maybe they get a quarterback eventually. A better quarterback than Baker. So, we'll see what happens there, but it just gives me the flexibility now that I have the first round pick. And if that is Marvin Harrison, if that is Caleb Williams, or, it could be, I don't know. We don't know. I mean, they were from bottom teams as of now, but those things could change. So, when you're trading in Dynasty, especially, like, have a plan, like, do it for a reason. Don't just do it because, you like that particular player. Have a plan on what you're doing. Golf is in your lineup. Okay. Golf is fine. Golf's Gucci. Start Judy over DJ Moore this week. Ooh, that's tough because Judy's a risk. I mean, he wasn't that involved last week, but obviously he was coming back from injury. I do like him this week. Who are they playing? Yeah, they're playing the Dolphins this week. So I mean, it's a good matchup. The Dolphins D isn't that good. It could be a high scoring game. Who knows? So I do like Judy, but I mean, they finally were getting DJ Moore the ball last game. Do they continue to do that? They play the Chiefs, so he's got a great matchup as well. That's that's tough, and it's sad to say. I think that Russell Wilson I can trust more than Justin Fields as far as throwing the football. So I think I'm gonna go Judy, but that's real close. I'll let you make that decision. DJ Moore is probably safer, but Judy definitely has more upside. Johnny D said, "What's the outlook on Alvin Kamara? I know he's suspended, but is he worth the pick?" Yeah, absolutely. First, he shouldn't be on waivers. He should be on somebody's team right now. My opponent has him stashed on his bench. Okay, don't know if it's worth a pickup. Yeah, absolutely. Alvin Kamara for sure. I mean, Jamal Williams, we've seen he can't do anything. He's not that good. Um, and now we've got Kendre Miller who's going to get in there, and that's fine if Kendre Miller and Alvin Kamara can coexist. Alvin Kamara is doing both receiving and rushing, and then you got Kendre in there banging it in. We saw what Ingram and Kamara could do back in the day. Not saying that they're Ingram and Kamara, but it could be some. We could see something similar to that. So I'm not really too worried about Kamara. David Carr is a guy that we just saw last year feed Josh Jacobs, right? So I think with the quarterback and everything, they're going to be down. They're going to throw the ball. I do like Alvin Kamara. So if you can grab Alvin Kamara for cheap, yeah, absolutely go get him, man. I already sent DK for AJ Brown earlier, and this person still hasn't accepted or rejected yet. I mean, have some patience. Just chill. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Appreciate you, Kango. No problem, man. No problem. Javier, what's up, Javier? Should I start Josh Kelly or Brian Robinson? Love the content, brother. Oof. Brian Robinson has been on fire. They're going against a somewhat tough Bills D, but should we care about that? Josh Kelly shit the bed last week. Going against the Vikings this week, though, so it is a good matchup. So if you want to go by like what have you done for me lately and who's hot right now, it's got to be Brian Robinson. If you want to go for the guy going against the worst defense, I guess you can say Kelly, but I might have to go B Rob here. I might have to go B Rob. And as much as I don't like it, I'm not a huge B Rob fan, but he's hot right now. He's getting the carries, so he's going to get a ton of opportunities. Not that Josh Kelly isn't, but he didn't cash in last week. But again, it's a worse defense, so that's a tough call to make. Just sent him the trade we just talked about and canceled the other one. Yeah. Yeah. We'll make something happen. We'll make something happen. We do it live. We do it live. So, throw it out here and let's try and get something done. You really see Addison outscoring Garrett this week. I mean, he's playing the Chargers. It's a great matchup. The Jets are going against the Patriots, who've always been a good defense. If there's one thing the Patriots got to take away, is Garrett Wilson on the outside. So it's going to be tough. Well, we've seen all he needs is one play. It could be one little slant, and that's all he needs. But we could say the same about Addison. How many times is Zach Wilson going to throw the football compared to how many times is Kirk Cousins going to throw the football? I think there's just a better chance that Addison puts up more points this week. Let's just go by probabilities. Let's go by opportunities. And high quality opportunities as well. So, that's the thing with Addison, you know. What wide receiver could Puka and Addison get in a trade dynasty? Puka and Addison. It's tough because I don't know how everybody views Puka. Everybody views Puka differently. Some people are value him as a first round pick. If you can get a first, then you sell right now. If you can get a first, you sell now. Otherwise, you just hold them, or you can include them in a trade to go and get something. Maybe you go get a QB, right? As Superflex leagues, it's so hard to get a QB. Take the advantage of Puka's value right now and add him in on a trade. You basically got him for free. So I don't know. That one is tough. I would say Puka is probably ranked, not too far off from Addison right now. He's got to be in the 20s. I think he was at like 30 something the other day. I don't know what he's at now, Puka, but he's got to be up there. So you can probably get a wide receiver one. You could probably get a top 6 to 8 guy. So it's tough. It just depends on the GMs in that league. How they view him. I also sent a trade earlier with Barkley, Kirk, Watson, and Hunt for Eckler and Waddle. Only struggle on my team after this would be RB2, but Monty will be back soon. Hopefully, I get Pierce. I mean, I don't like Pierce. I don't want Pierce. But Barkley, Kirk, Watson, Hunt, Eckler. Yeah, you cannot start. Hunt or only struggle on my team after this would be a RB2. Okay. Monty will be back soon. See if you can I mean, I don't know. See if you can pick up a cheap guy that is like cheap right now. Hasn't done jack shit like a Antonio Gibson. Nobody's expecting anything out of him right now, but he's a cheap guy that he's going to start getting at least some work going in. We'll see. But yeah, it's tough. Or maybe you trade someone else on the bench. You combine a couple guys. Yeah, Saquon's got a tough schedule, but Saquon is that offense. I mean, the team is not good. The team is not good. So yeah, it's tough because Saquon's going to come back, and he's still not going to be healthy when he comes back. He's still going to be somewhat injured when he comes back. So, what I mean, he's a workhorse, and if he's playing, you have to play him. So, Simp, what's up, Simp? Herbert, Lamb, Ridley, Waddle, London, Bijan, James Cook, Laporta, Steelers, D. If Waddle is out, should I just go with Madison or put JSN in the flex? Seahawks D is available. Um, I'd probably play the Steelers D going up against Andy Dalton. I mean the not the Steelers D, the Seahawks D going up against Andy Dalton. And Madison or JSN. I might go with Madison here in what could be a pretty high scoring game. He might have some opportunities to score or at least rush the football. Akers is not going to play right away, so but JSN is interesting, but I don't know. Going against the Panthers, they could be up and then not be throwing as much. Um, It's tough to play Madison because he hasn't done jack, but there's no one else gonna be getting the ball. Oh, I guess we got to go with Madison until JSN can actually do something. We got to wait on JSN. I appreciate everybody in the chat, guys. Smash the like for me. Smash that subscribe if you're new. I'll get to everybody's questions there. Schedule and better team, better chance to get downfield to get more volume. Yeah. You lost Chubb. Yeah, I wouldn't trade him Barkley, but now it's just a matter of wanting the RB1. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I dig it. I like Eckler there. Ray said, understand. Yeah, definitely. BP, what up? What do you do? What do you think about an AJ Brown and Javante for Bijan? Ooh, you take it. I mean, what's the rest of your team look like? I mean, you're not killing your team, by doing this, are you? I mean, AJ Brown is still AJ Brown. But if you've got some other wide receivers, that you have that you can fill in, and it's not killing your team, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. But yeah, what's the rest of the team look? Yeah, okay, you'd be left with Pittman and Godwin. I don't know if I'd do it for that. And what's your running back room gonna look like? Like, are you 0-2? Like, do you got to shake shit up? Or you 1-1? What's your situation, man? What's your situation? I agree on Saquon. Yeah. Madison over JSN on the chat question. Yeah, guys, let me know. Let's help them out. Other than me answering that, what do we think here, Madison or JSN? Appreciate you, Jay. Thanks for throwing that out there. I should have asked everybody. Yeah, who we rolling with here? We rolling with Madison or we rolling with JSN? Everybody out there. We've got what, like 15ish people out there right now. Smash the like for me. And let me know in the chat who we going with, Madison or JSN. What do you guys think there for this week? Hi, what up, Ty? 10-man PPR, Josh Allen, Eckler, Cook, and Mike Williams, Andrews, K9, benches Ford, Kirk, Dotson, Charbel, Gio. Traded K9 and Kirk for AJ Brown and Dubes. K9 and Kirk for AJ Brown and Dubes. Yeah, dub. I like it. I like it. So now we got AJ Brown. So now you got Amon Ra and AJ Brown. You've got Eckler and Cook with Andrews. I like that. So Mike Will, can we trade now like Mike Will and Kirk and tier up from that, or is some combination you could trade away Ford in there as well? Dotson. You got Deontay. I know he's on IR. I do like him coming on later in the season. But yeah, can we don't stop here. Let's make another one. Let's make another one, Ty. Let's tier up again. Let's tier up again. RBs if I got Bijan will be Bijan, Eckler, Taylor when he comes back, and Connor. I worry about Taylor if he doesn't get traded. That's my biggest fear with Taylor. If he doesn't get traded, there's no way he plays like the whole season. I don't think. There's no way he's going to risk his body and risk his money to play more than the 6 games that he needs to get credit for the season. So that's the scary thing with Taylor is, can you trade Taylor now and get a wide receiver maybe? You know? Can you trade Taylor and get a wide receiver now maybe? Or some combination Taylor and something for a wide receiver. Maybe you can do that. I don't hate the trade, but I don't love it. Mm-mm. Madison for sure, Marty says. Okay. Madison, AJ Brown, and Amon Ra, baby. Hell yeah. I like it, man. Oh, yeah, we just traded Kirk. That's right. My bad. So so forget Kirk then. Can you trade now, Dotson and Mike Will? I mean, Roshan is going to get more work now. So yeah, I mean, look at some of those guys. Algier, I mean, use the hype of Algier right now of him getting work. So use some of the upside. Ford, I mean, use some of this value that's out there right now that you have on the squad and make those plays now before before they play these games. You want to get rid of Algier, you want to get rid of Ford like ASAP while the value is still up there. So let's try and make another one. Let's try and do another one. Sim said if Ridley has a good week, you think Ridley for AJ will be an upgrade or hold Ridley? I mean, it's kind of a lateral. I don't know if I just want to do it straight up. I might just want to keep him. Um, we've seen the upside obviously with AJ Brown. We see what Ridley can do, of course. So I don't know if I necessarily want to do that unless you just like one player over the other. If you just want AJ instead of Ridley, like that's fine. You can go either way there. It's the same thing almost. At least for me. Maybe Ridley's a little bit less. It depends how you feel about him. What's your thought on Taysom Hill this week? I don't know. Um, I'm not really worried about Taysom. I mean, let's not. Let's pull Taysom up here. Is he going to get some work? I mean, yeah, maybe, but am I willing to bet on it? I mean, no, not really. I mean, at the tight end position, depending who you have at tight end, like if you're just streaming tight ends, sure, throw him in there and let's hope for the best. Of course, you might as well. He's got more upside than pretty much any other tight end other than, the top few guys. So that's what I feel. If you can throw him in your tight end slot, if you don't have one of the top guys at tight end, then fine, just throw him at tight end and see what happens, man. He's a gamble, but I'm not really like why. I mean, there's no reason. There's not really a reason to. There's probably like a 20% chance, maybe not even, that he goes out there and just rushes for a bunch or throws a tutty or rushes in a tutty like. But the good thing is that he is at the tight end position. So if you have just no tight end or some shitty tight ends, like not the top guys, and you want to take that gamble, then go ahead, be my guest. But I don't really think he's even worth a roster spot. He's just taking up a spot on your roster. It's Johnny D. Hold on, where is he? Taysom Hill's the biggest gamble out there. Fuck out of here. It's a crazy gamble, but if you don't got no tight end and you want to throw him in there, then whatever. But I'm not, like I said, Algier and Mike Will for who after this week? Well, I wouldn't really wait. I mean, see who's desperate need for, I don't know, a wide receiver or a running back that would want to, split up. You gotta. I don't know if you want to just go after certain names, but search for the team. Search for the different teams in your league and see, who needs an Algier, who needs a running back right now. That could also use a Mike Will and would want to split, one of their wide receivers. So look at it that way and attack it that way instead of just going after certain guys. Because if that team has no incentive to give away that guy, then it doesn't matter. So look for their weakness and then, try and give them something that's going to help them and fill that. I have Kincaid. Yeah, you're fine with Kincaid. You're not going to play Taysom Hill over Kincaid. Just play Kincaid and that's it. There's not really a reason to even think about, Taysom Hill. If you want to take that gamble, that 1 in 10 chance that he actually does something, I'm willing to just not take that bet. I'm willing to just take the L if he does it, because 9 times out of 10 he's not. Maybe even more than that. Have you talked about your Waddle deal yet? Sorry if I missed it. We spoke briefly about it. So I made 2 Waddle deals, Caleb. I made 2 of them. So the first one was Jalen Waddle for what did I do? I made 2 of them. I'm trying to think. What was the first one I did? It was Jalen Waddle for Michael Pittman and a first round pick. And I think I gave up some IDP guys like Okereke and Hufanga and like a Perrine and Woods, just something because I didn't need it. I'm not contending, right? So if I'm not contending, what I'm trying to do right now is just gain assets, right? I need to gain assets, so I want to tier down. And so what I was looking to do is I looked at the teams. I looked at the standings, and I looked at the bottom of the standings. All right, who's 0-2 right now that might think they have a chance because of the pieces on their team that might, want Waddle. Um, and I was able to give up Waddle and get Michael Pittman and the first. And, who knows what that first is going to be, right? It could be a Caleb Williams. It could be a Marvin Harrison. It could be later. I mean, who knows? But it is a super flex league, so it's valuable. And as the season goes on, as we get into the off season, that first round pick is going to become more and more and more valuable, and it's going to give me a bunch of flexibility to kind of do what I need to do to fix up my team or shape up my team. Like, and I have a very young team. Like I've got is it? So I've got CD, I've got Michael Pittman now, I've got JSN. Um, I've got Hawkinson, but it's a tight end premium, so he's scoring like a crazy amount of points. Um, and my QBs, I have Zach Wilson because Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and I have Deshaun Watson. So, I definitely need a QB. So I'm just trying to pick up assets that can help me, put me in position to maybe get a Caleb Williams next year, because I could have 2 top picks. Who knows? Or it could be 1 early pick, 1 late, or whatever, who knows, but at least I have the flexibility to kind of do what I need to do. So, if I'm rolling out CD Lamb, Michael Pittman, and JSN next year with a top wide receiver as well, and Hawkinson, who puts up like basically back end wide receiver 1, high end wide receiver 2 numbers for a tight end in this league. I mean, that's all. So just trying to tier down, especially when you're in a position where you're not competing or you're not contending. Like I know I'm not contending. That's just how I built the team basically. So just tearing down. That's all. Now I have, just getting the leverage. Cooks, JSN, Eli Moore, Dubs, and Gibson. Start 2 at flex. Start 2. Damn. What's the deal with Christian Watson? He's still questionable. We don't know if Watson is playing, so I'd probably play Dubes and is Cooks good now too? I know he was injured. I don't really have any shares of All right, so he looks like he's ready to return, going against Arizona, which is a good matchup, but it is his first game back. Elijah Moore's been getting a ton of targets. He's just not connecting with Deshaun Watson at all. So give me Dubes and JSN or Elijah Moore. Who's the Browns got this week? So if we're looking at the Browns, they've got the Titans. That could be a low scoring. All right, give me JSN and Dubes. Fuck it. Give me JSN and Dubes. I'm playing my wife this week. I need upside. Yeah. I mean, listen, if you want to go for the upside, then go ahead. Like I said, it's there. It's just a low percentage. That's all. I think I asked in the past stream, but now that Myers is back, do I stack him on the flex with Adams or do I bench him and leave Mike Williams? I mean, I want to. I'd rather play Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams has been pretty good so far. So I mean, it's his first game back. Give me Adams and Mike Williams. I mean, because if you play both Adams and Myers, I mean, you're basically banking on Jimmy G having a day. So it's tough. It's tough. Your other league, I fleeced a dude. Okay, Najee and Christian Kirk for Jacobs. Okay, yeah, give me Jacobs. I like that. I like that. Mike W got a juicy matchup. He might pop off. Yeah, give me Mike Williams, of course, in that situation. That's what I'm saying. I like Mike Will there. Fields gonna suck all year. I mean, he's always sucked. He's just good at running the football. So, is he gonna get some rushing yards and help you out there? I mean, that's what we have to hope for. That's all he did last year. So, if he's not rushing the football, he's not really scoring you much points. So, you need him to rush the football. It's hard to play him right now. So, I mean, will he suck all year? Probably not. He'll probably get it together and start doing some things. But we'll have to wait until that happens. I mean, he doesn't need to do much other than run, so he doesn't got to pass it much. We saw that last year to do what he did. So we'll probably see more of the same this year, especially now that he's pissed off and he's not playing well, and he's saying the coaching and whatever the situation is. But yeah, he needs to run more. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. I don't know about NFL wise, fantasy wise, he'll be okay. But if they can't win at all, I mean, I don't know what they do if they try and replace him or what. That's definitely a possibility. Fields won't suck all year. Emil said, "I hope not. I hope not, but I don't know, man." Johnny D said, "Yes, Fields will suck." He helped me get into the playoffs when Hurts was injured, but once Jalen came back, I dropped him. Yeah, yeah, but he's a guy that he has to run for 1,000 yards for him to be what you want him to be. Like that's the thing. He has to rush for at least 1,000 yards for him to be what you want him to be. He has to. You got no choice. Who do I start PPR? D Hop or Hollywood? That's a good one. Normally, I'd say just straight D Hop, but D Hop, if I'm not mistaken, is nurturing some kind of injury here, and he is listed as questionable. So, I mean, it's an ankle, so it's something that you're gonna have to keep an eye on. You might have to start Hollywood. You might have to start Hollywood. So, if as of right now, if they're both playing, give me um give me D Hop, especially since Marquise is going against Dallas. And the only way I'm not playing D Hop is if he's injured. So I think it's got to be D Hop here. It's got to be D Hop unless he's injured. Then you got to play Hollywood. But it's got to be D Hop. Greg, appreciate you. Steve, talk a little bit about Garrett Wilson. All right, what do you want to know about Garrett Wilson? You're trying to get him off your roster. Listen, I mean, Garrett Wilson obviously doesn't have the top 5 upside that he once had. Okay, he doesn't. I think we can all realistically, take that in and say that he's probably most likely not a wide receiver one anymore. So if he's the wide receiver one on your squad, you're probably not feeling great about it. I mean, now he's delivered the first 2 weeks by scoring the touchdowns, but is he going to score a touchdown every game? No, he's not going to score a touchdown every game. That is not going to keep up. But can he score 8 to 10 touchdowns and give you 1,100 yards? Yes. So he can be a wide receiver too, like he was last year. And if you look at his numbers last year, he was 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns. So can he still give you 1,100 yards and give you 8 tutties? Does that puts him in the high end 2 range, right? So I think that's what we're hoping for, but it's gonna be up and down. It's gonna be up and down. It's gonna be a little bit rough, but he's gonna have his games. So I think he'll be okay, but I kind of value him more now as like a back end wide receiver too. Like I don't want to value him at kind of his peak. So that's kind of how I'm valuing him at this point. If you can trade him and move off and tier up, to a Waddle or something like that, I would. Mm. I mean, for dynasty purposes, he'll be all right in the long run. We're always looking at the talent over the situation. So situations change every year. Mm. No Bears are really good, real football or fantasy. No, no, all the Bears suck. The Bears suck. But Emil, let me know what else do you want to know about Garrett Wilson? Did that answer kind of your questions, or did you have something more specific? Was it more dynasty related? Did you want to get into what you can trade him for, or what you want to do maybe in dynasty, or was that kind of just what you were looking for, just a kind of broad what I feel about him? Johnny D said, any advice on streaming tight ends? Got Higby. Don't know if that's enough. Ferguson, Hurst, Otta, and Joku are out there. Yeah, I mean, I don't even really like streaming. Like, just pick one. Well, I mean, you could stream if you want, but it's almost impossible to tell like which match, who's gonna do what week. So like if I were you, I mean, Dallas is a good offense. I'm grabbing Ferguson and I'm just going to play him every single week. That's it. By the end of the season, all these guys are going to be almost the same. It's not going to be a big difference. So just play Ferguson every single week and don't look back. That would be kind of my advice. If you want to stream, one every, a different week all the time, you can. But Ferguson, good offense, good quarterback, going to score touchdowns, going to be in the red zone a lot. Just give me the upside with Ferguson, you know? Any news on Waddle either? No, I mean they said that he could pass concussion protocol tomorrow, so we'll know tomorrow whether or not he's going to be able to play or not. He has to pass the protocol tomorrow, so we'll find out tomorrow what's going on with Waddle, but we won't know yet. Garrett Wilson plus Kyron Williams for Waddle, a good trade. Not really, because Kyron's going to be the guy over there right now. I mean, he's like RB2, which is crazy. And like I said, Wilson is kind of a back end 2. Waddle's like a back end 1. So I don't know if I just want to go up that little bit of difference from Garrett Wilson to Waddle. With Kyron as a difference. Like, I don't want to use Kyron. I'm okay with moving Wilson for Waddle, but I don't want the difference to be a Kyron Williams. You know, if it's Jerome Ford, that's fine. But I don't know, not a Kyron Williams. Maybe somebody else, something small, not something too big. I don't want to pay up really, if you don't have to. I think Kyron might be a little much with what he's doing and what he's going to continue to do, with the touches that he's going to get. So Boba said, is Dallas defense still elite? Yeah, they're still going to be elite. I mean, the defense is still good. It's not like Diggs didn't make the defense. I mean, he was a big part of it, yeah, but they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. I'm not, you're not worried about that really. You're just going to play the defense every week. Maybe they might not give you a 40 again, but uh, they're still going to be good every week. Ray Penn, what's up, man? How do you feel about Kyler Murray's prospect? He's on my bench. We are 2-0 with Cousins. You have Kyler Murray on the bench. I mean, you have Cousins. You're going to play Cousins every week. I don't even care when Kyler Murray comes back. Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball. Could be 700 times this year. He's on pace for 6,000 yards. Um, guy's about to go for 6,000. Wow. I'm not going to play Kyler Murray. I don't care even when he comes back. I mean, if you want to just have him on your bench, that's fine, but he's not really worth it. You might as well just save the roster spot for something else. One of these backup running backs, the next Jerome Ford, maybe. So yeah, I wouldn't really be worried about Kyler Murray. I like him, but he's coming back to a shit team. I mean, I'm not going to play him ever over Cousins. Not with the way that he's throwing the football. So do your thing with Kirk, man. You're 2-0 for a reason. Kirk is slinging it. Kirk is slinging it. So appreciate you, Ray. Smash that like for me, guys. Smash that subscribe if you're new. Appreciate all y'all out there. Throw any questions you have in the chat, and I will get to them. We're just hanging out, chilling. I'll be here for another, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, unless we keep going. So that's on y'all. Just keep throwing stuff out there. Hardcore Henry, what up, man? Choose 2 running backs and a flex. All right, so we got to choose 3 here. Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, Kyron Williams, and Swift. So it's got to be Kyron Williams. Aaron Jones, is he definitely playing? Let me see what's the latest on him real quick. So he's still questionable with the hammy. So as of right now, the Swift is tough because we don't know what's going to happen there with Gainwell back now. He took the first team's reps, but Tampa's a different defense. With the way that Kyron and Brian Robinson's been playing, you almost have to start those guys. And then I'd play Swift in the flex if Aaron Jones is injured. Otherwise, I'm playing Aaron Jones. So Swift is going to be the odd man out if Aaron Jones plays. Unless you want to just play it safe with Aaron Jones and maybe you think that he's not going to get full work because he's just coming back. Maybe you want to play Swift in that instance, but otherwise it's B-Rob, Kyron, and Jones if he's healthy and goes. Otherwise, B-Rob, Kyron, and Swift. Guys, let me know what you think in the chat. Let's help out Hardcore Henry here. Who are we playing out of these guys? Let's say they're all healthy. Aaron Jones is suiting up and he's going to play. And I know B-Rob doesn't have like the greatest matchup, but you almost have to play him right now. What do you guys think? Let's help out Henry. Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, Kyron, and Swift. We've got a bench 1. Lamar Jackson is the real deal, hoping he has a dud game. Yeah, I mean, we've seen Lamar Jackson be, the real deal. We've seen him win MVP. We've seen him be QB1. We've also seen him miss a lot of games and, not play particularly well. But, I mean, last game, 12 for 54 on the ground, 2 tutties through the air, 237 yards. I mean, 24 of 33. He played well. So he's still a top guy. I mean, in any given week. So yeah, he's still the real deal. Sid Swift, DD Red Solo Cup. What up, man? Sid Swift. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling as well. The only way I think you're playing Swift is if Aaron Jones obviously doesn't play. Then you almost have no choice. So I'm with that too. Appreciate you, DD. Chasers. What up? It's good, Chasers. How you liking Joshua Kelly versus Minnesota? Listen, I liked Joshua Kelly last week, and I let a lot of people down, so I do apologize about that. But Josh Kelly got the opportunities; he just did not cash in. So against a bad Minnesota defense, I mean, I like him, but depending on who your options are, I wouldn't say he's like a must start this week. It depends on what your options are. What's your options there? Trade Mike Williams and Mostert for Gibbs. Woo! I like Gibbs. Oh man, it's tough because Mostert right now obviously is going crazy. You got Mike Williams who also can never stay healthy. So I think if you do believe that Mostert is not going to continue to stay healthy, especially if he's getting a ton of carries, and Mike Williams is always injured at some point too, then I'm okay with getting Gibbs if that's what you believe. There's also the other side where Mostert stays healthy and is a top 10 guy, and Mike Williams stays healthy and he's a top 15, top 20 guy. In that Chargers offense. So it's really about what you kind of believe here. I'm okay with Gibbs, especially depending on the rest of your team as well. Is Mostert and Mike Williams, is that killing your squad? Probably not. So if the rest of your squad is fine, I'm okay with going to get Gibbs. No problem. Hardcore. Henry, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Brees Hall and Damian Pierce. What I missed, Chasers? How you? Joshua Kelly, Brees Hall, Damian Pierce. Yeah, in that case, I'm playing Josh Kelly. In that place, I'm playing Josh Kelly. We might have to wait on Brees and see what happens this game. But yeah, so we're playing Josh Kelly in that instance. I'm okay with that. Could be a high scoring game, so I like it. AT, what up? Got a stacked team in 12 man. Burrow, Cook, Kyron, Hill, Smith. Yo, dude, definitely got a stacked team. Puka, Olave, go there. God damn. Should I trade Puka for Lamar? Because Burrow seems to be messed up. You could. You definitely have the depth and the team to do it if you wanted to do that. I mean, I'm no doctor. I think Burrow will be fine. Maybe he sits this week. Maybe he sits one more week. I mean, it is a one QB league, so can you just grab somebody else for the time being until Burrow comes back? Or maybe you hold Puka. Well, no, I was gonna say hold Puka for another week until Cup comes back, but at that point, you might not be. Yeah, you got to play Burrow this week. If not, do you have a backup quarterback at the moment that you can play? I mean, and how do you feel about Burrow? Do you think that are you scared? Are you a risk? Do you think it's too much of a risk to keep Burrow? If you think it is, then go for it. I mean, if you can get Lamar for Puka, then yeah, I'd do that if you could. Um, because I mean, the rest of your team is pretty solid. And who do you have that could come off the bench to fill in? Oh, you got Olave on the bench. Okay, is it Puka and Olave on the bench both, or is it just Olave on the bench? So yeah, I'm okay with that because you could plug in Olave there. Yeah, that's fine. You got the assets too. Then go get it. In redraft, sometimes we got to we can give up guys or overpay with guys to try and get what you need. So yeah, I'm okay with that. You could go do that if you don't believe in Burrow. Otherwise, you can keep if you just want the extra guy, then just keep what you got. Play somebody else this week until Burrow comes back. So that's fine. Should I try to get Zay Flowers too with Gibbs? If you could, I don't know if you could pull it off, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, right? I mean, take the guy's temperature, right? This is what we do. Send the offer, way more than what you really want, well, and kind of negotiate from there. Just take the temperature. Everybody's different. Everybody values things differently, so you have to see kind of how they're gauging things. Was your offer way off, or you just got to gauge what's going on. So I would send it and then just see what happens. Got Geno Smith, but yeah, I'm scared because Burrow had 6 weeks. I'm okay with Geno if you want to roll with Geno for now, and then tweak it. Yeah, started Puka, but I have Olave too. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do it. If you're that worried about Burrow, then go ahead and do it, and just have that peace of mind that you have at least Lamar. You know, otherwise, I mean, you won't be that bad with Geno. I mean, you have a good enough squad where Geno shouldn't kill you. But yeah, if you can go get Lamar for just straight up Puka and just slide Olave in there, then I'd be okay with that. Mike Williams is better than Flowers. I mean, if you're talking about like a fantasy perspective, like just from this year, I mean, in general, like no, Flowers is probably the more talented, athletic guy, of course. But where is where's Mike Williams on the season? Let me see. Mike Williams right now, let's see, 12 for 128. And then you've got Zay Flowers 13 for 140, right? If Mike Williams can stay healthy all season, which is tough, definitely tough to do. I think I'd rather have Zay Flowers right now. Like, it looks like they want to get him the football. He's going to get the opportunities. He gets the ball at the line of scrimmage or in short yardage situations so that he can do things with the ball. And Mike Williams is more of a deep ball guy, right? He's going to be hit or miss, where Zay Flowers might be a lot more, consistent for you. And they'll probably finish around the same area, give or take by the end of the season. OBJ's already out, right? You do have Mark Andrews, of course, there as well, and Bateman. But I mean, after Andrews, is pretty much Flowers is the next guy up. So I think give me Flowers if we're talking about for the rest of the season. But there is a world where I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Williams is like a top 15 guy, if he can stay healthy all season. Nervous, Puka could be a massive league winner. Yeah, if Cup doesn't come back, he could absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I don't. Maybe you don't do it yet. Maybe you wait it out, right? Play Geno this week. See what happens with Burrow, right? Hopefully he doesn't play and rests it. This way he can get better, and then he comes back and he's fine. Um, this way you can keep Puka, and then you've got a guy on the bench that you can fill in with on the bye weeks, or if somebody gets injured. So, like, I'm not hard pressed to make the move there unless you truly just don't believe that Joe Burrow is going to be okay. So I'm fine with playing Geno for a week or two while Burrow gets back. Fantasy wise, I agree. Flowers is better talent. Mike will just be, yeah, yeah, and just staying healthy. That's all. That's the other thing, right? That's why I roster a lot of Quentin Johnsons and most of my redrafts, just taking them late and just holding them on the bench, because all it takes is one of these guys, Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, who always seem to be injured. It just all you need is one of those guys to get hurt. Richard, what's up? Standard league need a flex. Okay, London, Judy, Ford, or Connor. It's tough not to play Connor after what he's been doing and the work that he's been getting. I do like Jerry Judy this week. He's kind of like a sneaky play. Jerry Judy probably has the most upside here, especially with the matchup. So if you want to get spicy, you could play Judy. I think London has a pretty good matchup as well. I'm not going to play Ford against that defense, so he's kind of out. So it's either going to be probably between Judy. If you want the upside, if you want to play it safe, I'd go with. I'd probably was Connor playing this week. I mean, it doesn't really matter because they're just bad, but they got the Cowboys. So yeah, it's probably not going to be Connor then. So let's eliminate Connor out of here. Let me make sure I'm in the right week here. Yeah, I'm in week 3. All right, so let's eliminate Connor and eliminate Ford. We're either going to play Judy or London. In this case, if you want to go with the upside, you play Judy. You want to play it safe, maybe you go with London. But let's go with Judy against the Dolphins. And I'm hoping I don't miss this guy this week, guys. Judy is going to be, a guy that I like for this particular week going against the Dolphins. And hopefully we don't miss here. But I do like Judy this week. If we miss, I'm sorry. But it is definitely a good play. Last week, he was first week back. He didn't play a lot. So starting running backs are Mostert and Cook. You're fine, man. Those are awesome, awesome starting running backs right now. So you're absolutely fine there. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? Appreciate you for tuning in. I got Allen, Collins, Pickens, and Addison. Who do I bench? Oh, wow. Keenan Allen, Nico Collins, Pickens, and Addison. You have to bench just one of those guys. Am I reading this right? Do you have to bench just one? Let me know. If you have to bench just one, it's going to be Pickens because Nico Collins is doing work. Addison's got a great matchup. Keenan Allen is Keenan Allen. Um, Yeah, so if we got to bench one, it's going to be Pickens. I don't care that Deontay's not there. The offense looks horrible. If he doesn't catch that one pass and have that long play, then he wouldn't have did that great. But yeah, give me Nico Collins, who's been awesome this year. Keenan Allen, who's a target hog, and Jordan Addison, who's scoring a touchdown every game, going against now a shitty defense that it could be a high scoring game. Give me all that over Pickens. What do you guys think? Do you guys everybody in the chat, let's help out Andrew as well. Who do we got here? We got to sit one guy: Keenan Allen, Nico Collins, George Pickens, Jordan Addison. Sit one. Let me know what you guys think. Trade Ford for Watson. Christian Watson? Yes, absolutely. Unless you absolutely desperately need a running back, then yes. Give me Watson. Just Dre said, I'm gonna wait till after week 3, but I want to trade Calvin Ridley and Gibbs for Bijan. Okay. If that doesn't go through, I'll try to get Stephon Diggs. 12 team, one QB, one running back. Am I reading this right? Or is that supposed to be 2 running back? If it's only 1 running back, then I'm not going to get Bijan. There's no reason. If it's a 1 running back league, just keep Gibbs. Let me know if that's right. Just Dre. Is that 1 running back? Yeah, South C said sit Pickens. I agree. Yeah, CD, Puka, Kelsey, Jordan, Addy, Tank Dell, D Hop, Joshua Kelly, Dak. Okay. Yeah, you got a solid squad. But yeah, if you only need to start 1 running back, just stick with Gibbs. I mean, unless you really got the assets and you're going to be okay, then I guess if you really want to, then go ahead. But I'd probably just stick to what I'm at. Andrew said for sure. I've been thinking that just benching the only target against the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Pickens. Nicholas, what up? Swift, Connor, Brees, Judy need 1 RB and 1 flex. All right, Swift, Connor, Brees, and Judy. We got an RB and a flex. RB and a flex. All right, so Connor's got to go going against a good D. Brees is just so hard to play. Brees, like we don't know. Might actually have to go Swift here, even though I don't trust it. I don't trust it, but we might have to go Swift and Judy here. We might have to go Swift and Judy. We've been going with Judy a lot this week. Just, I mean, the matchup is there. He's back, so you know, I'm gonna probably be telling everybody to play Judy. Let's get this dub with Judy. Let's get this dub with Judy. We can't be afraid to take L's. We've got to go sometimes with the matchups. We got to go with what we feel. Let's go with Judy and Swift. I don't trust Connor against the Cowboys and Brees after just getting a few carries. There is a world where he gets a ton of carries this game after vocalizing how upset he was. But going against the Patriots, close between Brees and Swift. But I think after that Swift performance, I think we've gotta roll with Swift. I think we got to roll with Swift. Just 1 running back, but I feel like my team is solid. Just need opinions. Yeah, so if it's just 1 running back, I mean, like I said, if you have the assets, you have other guys that you can plug in, then okay, go out and get Bijan. But being that you only got to start 1 running back, I mean, I'm okay with just playing Gibbs and keeping Ridley. Let me try and look at your team. Hold on. 2 wide receivers and 2 flexes. So you can play 4 wide receivers. You've got CD, Puka, Addison, and Dell, D Hop, Kelly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, man. Because then you're relying on Puka, you're relying on Addison, and then you're relying on Tank Dell or D Hop or Kelly. I think that's a hit. Like I think I'd rather keep Calvin Ridley and just play Gibbs there. So you got CD Ridley with Puka and Addison as your that second flex or D Hop. Yeah, I don't know if I make that, Just Dre. I might stay where you're at. Might stay where you're at, brother. Trade Mostert, Kelly, and Ridley for Gibbs, Addison, Zay Flowers. Mostert and Kelly and Calvin Ridley. You get Gibbs, Addison, and Zay Flowers. I mean, who's the actual target here that we're trying to get solo? Is it Gibbs? Is it Addison? Is it Flowers? I'm gonna guess it's Gibbs since you said you like Gibbs. So can we just try and get? Oh, man, this is what you were asking before, right? Was it Ridley and Mostert for Gibbs? I mean, if you're going to be able to get Addison and Zay Flowers on top of it, I mean, I guess, but you're getting, a wide receiver 2 and a wide receiver 3. I mean, almost 2 wide receiver 3s, wide receiver 2 upside, and you're getting Gibbs. I don't know, man. That's just you like Addison too. All right, so Gibbs is the main guy. I mean, I guess if you can get Addison and Flowers on top of it, I'm all right with it. It's better than just getting, Gibbs for Ridley and Mostert. So at least if you can get Addison and Zay Flowers, I mean, giving up Kelly, whatever, that's fine. But so can you do this? Can you make this trade, get Gibbs, Addison, and Zay Flowers, and then trade Addison and Zay Flowers, flip that for a top wide receiver, or a better wide receiver, a tier up, right? A T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, one of those guys. Can we do that? So we don't stop there. You trade again. Tell me, what do you think about that? No, I love Addison. I love Addison. Don't get me wrong, but he's not going to finish as a wide receiver 1. So if you can move Addison and Zay Flowers to a wide receiver 1, then you've turned Mostert and Ridley into Gibbs and Jalen Waddle or T Higgins or something like that. Like I would look to cheer up. Like I wouldn't stop there. If you want to just rely on Addison and Flowers, then that's fine. But I think you should try and take that opportunity since you have the assets to try and tier up. Um, you know, because I fuck with Addison. That's my boy. I mean, this is my team we're talking about here. So love Addison, but he's always going to be somewhat capped. He's always going to be the third option behind JJ and Hawkinson. So, he's going to score his touchdowns, and he doesn't even have to get a crazy amount of looks for it because he's just in a great offense. We've seen that already. He hasn't got a ton of targets, but he's scoring and he's getting open. So I absolutely like him. But if you can use him to tier up, then I take this opportunity to, you know, while he's been having some good games. I just need the RB on wide receiver heavy. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Like I said, do it and then keep going, bro. Don't stop, man. Don't stop. Don't stop. Just Dre said, "Oh, for sure. Appreciate you. I had a lot of depth at first, but I traded James Cook and Flowers for CD. Bro, that's a perfect trade, dude. Perfect trade. Don't worry about the depth. I mean, we're trying to win. We need hammers, especially in these leagues where you're starting 7 or 8 guys. Like we need hammers. I don't care much about the depth. If guys get injured, you're fucked anyway. So we need to try and tier up, take advantage of the different values. Yeah, send it. Yeah, send it. Send that. Send that for sure. They're trying to trade Puka instead of Ridley. Yeah. Yeah, you could. You could. That's up to you. Or is that not enough? No, I mean, it depends. The people are valuing Puka like a top fucking 5 guy. I've seen Puka for Chase out there, somebody traded. So, I mean, that all depends. So, yeah, send it, Dre. And let me know what happens too. I'll be on tomorrow night and Sunday morning. So come through. Let me know what happens with it. We're trying to make things happen. We're trying to get our teams better. So we're trying to do what we can. So any way I can help or give you some ideas or whatever it is, and we do this shit live. So send them trades out and let me know what happens there. What was the other? The other trade I made, it was for Godwin in the first, Waddle for Godwin in the first, and the other trade was Waddle for Pittman in the first. So just tearing down, getting the extra asset, not contending this year, and trying to increase chances at better picks for next year or just assets in general that I can use. No problem, Jay. Ricky, what up, Ricky? Josh Reynolds or Jacoby Myers? Reynolds is dealing with the groin, so we've got to watch out for that. Amon-Ra St. Brown seems like he's okay. So I think keep an eye on the groin. If you're worried about the groin and you just want to play it safe, just go with Jacoby Myers. That'll be the safer play. And the Raiders the Raiders got the Steelers, and then Lions I know have the Falcons. So with the injury, maybe just play it safe and go Jacoby. I don't know, how much crazy of a difference either of these guys will make to each other. So yeah, let me know, bro. We make shit happen up in here. Solo cup. We make shit happen, man. We got to. I appreciate everybody out there, guys. Smash that like for me, please, if you haven't. Join the crew. Smash that subscribe. Be part of the chat. Any questions y'all have, throw them out there. We're answering all questions. Dynasty redraft, trades, start sits, outlooks, whatever it is. I'll probably stay on for another few minutes. But yeah, fill up the chat while I'm still here. Give another few minutes to throw out any questions y'all have or anything y'all want to talk about. But it will be on tomorrow night, 10 Eastern, doing the same thing. So come through tomorrow. We'll talk about the games, all the games on Sunday. I think Hammer will be with me tomorrow night, so we'll talk about all the games on Sunday and go over all that. Cousins or Josh Allen? Holy shit! Let's see who the Bills got. Yeah, the Bills got the Commanders. It's tough to not play Josh Allen. I mean, I think you have to play Josh Allen almost. Kirk has been obviously amazing. So it's a great matchup. It's hard to say play Kirk over Josh Allen because we've seen Josh Allen be QB1, numerous years in a row. So let's go with. I think we got to play Josh. I think we have to. But I wouldn't mind if you play Kirk. I think it's a coin flip pretty much. I mean, with the good matchup, you can just say, yeah, I'm playing Kirk because I think he's throwing 4 tutties. I don't think Josh Allen's going to throw 4 tutties. So we want to go for the upside, I guess. Maybe we play Kirko. That's a damn. I mean, on the season, let me go to QB. Look, is QB2 right now. So yeah, I mean, let's roll with Kirko in a good matchup. You know what? And I might be a little bit biased because I'm a Vikings fan. So please do take that in consideration, Ricky. But let's go with the matchup. At home, I believe we are, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go with the good matchup. At home against the Chargers on a bad defense. Let's go with Kirk. Let's go with Kirk because he's about to throw 4 tutties. Oh, Kirk definitely has more weapons, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So yeah, let's go. Let's go, Kirk, Ricky. Everybody in the chat, like, who we taking? We going Josh Allen or we going Kirk here? Who y'all going with? I think I'm gonna go with Kirk. I think we're rolling with Kirk here. Just roll with my boy. Roll with the squad. But yeah, I mean, there's a chance that Addison has a huge game. Hawkinson has a huge game. JJ has a huge game. I mean, yeah, just Dre said Kirko. All right, let's go, Kirko. Let's go. We going Kirk. Oh, Ricky, you're a Vikings fan too, bro. Awesome, awesome. Well, listen, I appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we've got a few Vikings fans in here. We got Vike Queen up in here. We've got Marty's a Vikings fan as well. We've got quite a few Vikings fans. So there you go. Showing some love. Vi Queen showing some love, absolutely. And listen, the best part about our podcast and this channel is, I do this with my cousin who's not here tonight, but the Polish Hammer, we call him. He's a Packers fan, so we constantly go at it. So it's a good vibe. We're chilling, we're hanging out. But yeah, appreciate you being here, Ricky. And appreciate your Vikings fans. So Skol to all us Vikings fans out there. We got a big game tomorrow. We got to take this win. But yeah, let's roll with Kirko tomorrow. Kirko over Josh. Kirko over Josh. Yeah, and hopefully Madison has a good game as well. Joshua Kelly. I mean, these are guys that have got to got to have a good game. Got to step up. Got to make a comeback. Oops. Got to make the comeback there. So Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. I mean, these are must plays, right? Jordan Addison, must play. Time to panic. Oh, my bad. Richard, time to panic with Burrow. Should I consider trading or hold? It really just kind of depends. It really depends on how you feel about it. But I think that he's going to be okay and he'll be able to fight through it. Will he be great for the next 2 or 3 weeks? Probably not. So he might sit this week, maybe he sits another week. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. So, if you can trade him for something good, or if you have a backup or someone on waivers that is good, I mean, it's hard to just trade him unless you're getting what you should for him. I don't really want to trade him for bottom dollar, especially in a one QB league. Like, and it's tough. So I think kind of we have to hold them. We have to hold on to them for now, but it doesn't hurt to shop around. So I would say do this. And I always say, it never will hurt you to go shop around. You can always say no. You don't have to hit accept, right? But just go shop around and inquire, like, who would be looking for Joe Burrow. Send out some trade offers, or just hit him in the inbox and see, if anybody would be interested in Joe Burrow, and and start from there. If you don't get anything good enough, or anything good that good enough that you want to give up for, then just keep them and hold them. So I have Puka, Addison, Lamb, Amon-Ra, and Olave. Puka, Addison, Lamb, okay, good squad. Sit two. I think Puka and Addison has the greatest upside. So sit Amon-Ra with. Oh my God, you got to sit two of these guys. Bro, that's not even you gotta make some trades, Rob. We gotta make trades here. We've got too many hard decisions to make that we need to consolidate this somehow. Um, maybe trade some of these guys for a running back, or a tight end, or a QB, but I think that you have absolute no choice but to play Puka. I don't think we have a choice. He's literally wide receiver 2. This guy literally just got 20 targets. There's no way we're sitting Puka. Doesn't matter what defense they're playing. With no Cooper Cup, Puka to me has to be uh, a must start, right? CeeDee Lamb, he's got to be a must start, right? I mean, who are they going against this week? They're going against the Cardinals. You could, on one side, say, maybe Tony Pollard does his thing, or they go up way too much and CeeDee Lamb doesn't do anything, like that first week against the Jets. Amon-Ra's got the turf toe, but he's a top guy. He went back in that game. He's all of a sudden now he's pretty much good to go. Um, so it's tough not to play him. Olave's been just a beast, just getting everything. So, and Addison's a good play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 there. So we've got to sit 2 of those guys. I think we've got to sit Addison and Olave for me. I mean, yeah, I gotta say Addison and Olave, I think. I don't think you can not play Amon-Ra. I don't think you can not play Lamb, and I don't think there's any way we cannot play Puka, Rob. Guys, let me know in the chat, guys. Let's help out Rob here. I'm gonna go with sit Addison and Olave, but chat, let's see what the chat thinks out here also. We've got to sit two of these guys. So sit two between Puka, Addison, Lamb, Amon-Ra, and Olave. Like, that's a real tough decision, and you're gonna have to make these decisions every week, obviously. So maybe you use the hype with Puka now and try and trade him and get off. Try and make your team better somewhere else because you don't want to make these decisions every single week. You're never gonna pick the right one. It's gonna be way too hard to pick the right guys every single time. You know, you can if if you feel like you're worried about that. I mean, I feel like he's gonna be okay. It's not that bad. But if you are worried about the turf toe, then that's absolutely fine. Like you have other guys you can play. So, then sit Amon-Ra if you want to. Play Olave instead or Addison if you want. My suggestion would be to sit Addison and Olave, but I'm fine if you want to sit Amon-Ra because you're scared of the turf toe. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can go that way as well. Just to kind of play it safe. So, I'm with you there. If you want to play it safe, that's fine. Marty said, I agree. Sit Addison and Olave. Okay, stack that. Yeah, real stack that wide receiver, right? Okay, gonna trade Gibbs and Puka for Bijan week 4. Yeah, I mean, listen, why wait? Because let's just say, let's worst case scenario, Puka has a bad game, Bijan has an awesome game. And it might be a lot tougher to get Bijan at that point, right? Because now Cooper Cup is coming back, right? I don't know if we want to wait. I would do it now, Rob. I would do it now, unless there's a specific reason that you want to wait. I mean, I just don't think I want to wait. I think I want to take advantage of the value that is right now this week after coming off all that huge game for Puka to try and get Bijan. Unless you're doing it because you think maybe Gibbs will gain more value after this week, and it might be easier to get Bijan. I'd send it now. I'd send it now. And then you can send it again next week too if you want after Gibbs does his thing. But yeah, I might just send that now, man. I might send that now. There's Hammer. What up, Hammer? I have CMC, Gibbs, and Brian Robinson for RB. Okay, Purdy for QB. In a 1 QB, you've got Purdy. I don't know if I want Purdy in 1 QB league, but okay. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't wait. I just go get Bijan now. I mean, there's no reason to wait because things can go bad from here. Things can change. A lot can change in a week, right? So, things could go bad this week, and I don't think I don't think we want to do that. I just do it now. What do we think out there? Should he just make this trade now? I mean, why wait, right? Do we take the chance that Puka gets hurt, or Puka doesn't have a good game, or Gibbs doesn't have a good game? Because then you're definitely not getting Bijan, right? Marty said, "What up, Hammer?" But yeah, I think that's kind of how I feel about it, Rob. And let me know. Let me know what you think about that. And I know you said week 4, but is there a reason why week 4? If there is, then that's fine. I just want to know what's your plan on it, what you're thinking, or reason for going that route or thinking that way. But Sam Laporta or Go Dirt this week. I'm playing Laporta. I'm done with Go Dirt. Try and trade him if you could. Maybe somebody else there want him. I mean, they're gonna be the same. They're not gonna. I don't know if it's not gonna be a huge difference. I mean, he was what six catches on 7 targets for 22 yards. Um, I'm just okay with rolling with Laporta and trading Godert. Go fill your spot. Fill your spot somewhere else. So putting the trade in now. Was thinking how Gibbs is going to perform off this week. Monty is out, so yeah. But I mean, I get you 100%. But that owner also knows that, right? Or is thinking that, right? With Monty out. So just in case things don't go right, like try and get it now while the Gibbs stock is extremely high right now and while the Puka stock is high. So there's a chance that both of those guys go crazy and then, you're able to make that trade anyway. But there's also a chance that that doesn't happen. So in order to just minimize that risk and try and get the trade done, let's just do it. Let's do it. Hector, what up, Hector? Appreciate you for tuning in, man. Trade Kamara for hell yeah, Kamara for Kelsey. Go get Kelsey right now. Smash that quick. Smash that quick. Appreciate you tuning in, Hector. Smash that like for me. Smash that subscribe, guys, if you're new. All in one, what up, man? Do you think Waddle plays? It's tough. We don't know until tomorrow because he has to pass concussion protocol. So we have to wait till tomorrow to get the news. And I'm no doctor, obviously, but he's got to pass the actual protocol. So that's what it has. It's not a matter of tolerance or anything like that. He's got to pass the protocol. You got to cruise tomorrow. Don't know to keep him on the lineup or sub in Olave. I mean, if you want to just play it safe, sub in Olave. If you're not going to have a chance at all to make the change, if you're not going to have Wi-Fi, then I would just make the change. I mean, Olave's been playing well as well. So, if you want to play it safe, do that. But yeah, we won't really officially know till tomorrow. So, Molu, what up, man? Do I trade Puka? And if so, I want to get someone good. Who should I target? It's tough to answer that because everybody's got different feelings on Puka and different values. I've seen Puka go straight up for Jamar Chase. So, uh, it's tough. I've seen him go for T. Higgins. So it's really tough to say because every league is different and every GM is different. So I would say to target, start at least a wide receiver one. Maybe that's not doing well. Go try and get Chase. Maybe you got to give up Puka Plus, but if you can get a Chase, that hasn't been doing well. If you can get a Waddle that hasn't been doing well. If you can get an AJ Brown that hasn't been doing well, like those are some of the guys I would target. Guys that aren't producing right now. Appreciate you, Mulu. Johnny D says, "Is Kamara even worth a gamble? Where does he rank? RB1?" Well, I think he's asking trade Kamara for Kelsey. So yeah, I absolutely want Kelsey. I don't want Kamara. But yeah, I mean Kelsey. Kamara is probably a back-endish, could be a back-endish RB1. I mean, high-end RB2. We've seen Derek Carr last year with Josh Jacobs just feed him the ball. Do we see like a Kendre Miller, Alvin Kamara, like we saw an Ingram Alvin Kamara back in the day? Is it going to be something, of that sense? But yeah, I think Kamara, some way, shape, or form, is going to find himself 15 to 18 touches, as usual, and he'll be pretty good. I don't know how many touchdowns he's going to score, of course, but back end RB1 ish, high end RB2 ish. That's the hope. That's the hope anyway. Otherwise, he's a mid RB2 or a back end RB2. So if you can get Kelsey for that, then absolutely grabbing Kelsey. The Jets defense is good to keep rest of season. I mean, I don't know about rest of season, but I mean, you could take it week by week. It'd probably be fine to play the rest of the season, but take it week by week. I don't know if I necessarily want to play them against Miami. I mean, they could be okay. They could be fine, but that's something you can just assess week to week. I think that's the easier and better thing to do is just assess it week to week. Because you also got to worry about Zach Wilson. I mean, even though he's not on the defense, if he's throwing picks or they're getting short field position and scoring on the defense, that's going to hurt. I traded Godwin for Taylor in desperate need of R. Okay, yeah, I'm not mad at that. If you desperately need an RB and you want to, if you want to make a move and take a chance, I mean, that's fine. So you traded away Godwin and you got JT. Now, does JT play more than 6 games? We've been saying this a lot. Is he going to play more than the 6 games that he needs to get credit for the season? He's got no incentive to. especially if they're not going to make the playoffs. There's no reason why he's going to continue playing through the whole season after the 6 games that he's required to play to get to get credit for the season. So that's the only thing that worries me about JT. And that's the negative side of it. The positive side is that he gets traded. Like, we have to hope JT gets traded, really. And that would make that would make me feel a lot better. Andrew said, "Are you starting Gus Edwards over Najee with Hill out?" Shit, at this point you might. At this point you might have to. I mean, the Pittsburgh offense has been, pretty bad. Pittsburgh offense has been bad. Najee was 10 for 43 last game, 4.3 a carry, 6 for 31 week 1, 5.17 a carry. So he hasn't actually been doing that bad with that garbage trash of an O-line that they have. He's got to break 2-3 tackles to get going, and everybody's saying, Warren's better and Najee's trash, but I mean the yards per carry tells a different story, right? He's not playing a ton of percentage of the snaps because they've been down and they've had to pass a lot. So, that's been hurting Najee. So against Vegas, can they keep this a game where they can actually run the football maybe a little bit? There's no Deontay Johnson. Pickett's look like trash. I mean, everybody thought he was going to take the next step, and they're just putting 8, 9 guys in the box. There's nowhere to run. The offensive line is bad. Like, it's just been bad. So yeah, I think that you could definitely play Gus Edwards over Najee this week. I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with it. Let's play Gus because, yeah, Hill is out. I'm playing Gus in a few leagues, so I'm with you. I'm with you. Let's go Gus. Yeah, Justice Hill is out. Yep. Hector says, "Is Pitts any good rest of season?" I mean, not really. I mean, you could pick up anybody for the rest of the season. I Pitts is just going to be okay. I mean, it's limited. He's not getting a ton of work. You can play him, but there's probably better options. There's probably better options out there right now for sure. Ricky said Jacoby or Hollywood. Jacoby or Hollywood. I'm probably playing Jacoby. Hollywood's playing the Cowboys, I believe. Yeah, Hollywood's playing the Cowboys. I mean, shitty QB situation. I mean, he did decent last game, but give me Jacoby. No problem, Andrew. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro. Javante, Warren, and Gus start 2 or Hall. Javante and Gus. Javante and Gus. Pretty easily there, though. Yeah, pretty easily Javante and Gus for me. Warren's a backup. We're not playing Warren. And Hall, it's just tough to gauge like what he's going to get, especially after last game, barely touching the ball. He did speak out about it. Maybe he gets more touches this week, but again, with Hill out, Gus Edwards is a good play. Javante's been getting a lot of work. So yeah, give me those 2 guys. I think I'm still going Pitts. I don't trust Hill. I mean, he has a good upside, but the chance that he's actually does something is probably going to be very little. I mean, there's a chance he makes it in the end zone. There's a chance he throws a touchdown. There's a chance he runs one in. There's a chance he gets some yardage, but I don't know. I'm not, if you want to take that chance and play Hill, then go ahead. But 9 out of 10 times, it's not going to work out for you. Is this going to be the one time it does? Maybe. But Mulu, should I do Puka for Gibbs straight up or add a RB like Pierce because I had Gibbs on my radar? I would try it straight up first. Take the guy's temperature, see what it's going to take, and then you can ask him, if he declines it. Hey, if I added Pierce to that, would that be a deal? Would that make it better? So shoot it straight up first, and then adjust from there. Might take that if he needs a wide receiver. When will they announce injury reports? Well, I mean, they're always announcing injuries, but Sunday morning, about an hour and a half before kickoff, is when they actually come out with all the inactives and who's not playing and who is going to play and going to suit up. So, an hour and a half before the games, which is 11:30 Eastern. ESPN, you can look at. They have all the inactives, and they'll have everybody there. Who's playing, who's not playing. 11:30 Eastern, so that would be what, 8:30 8:30 on the West Coast. But yeah. All right, guys. I am about to get up out of here. I'll give y'all another minute or so to throw any last questions or anything else in the chat. Appreciate everybody for being out here, guys. It's always fun when we've got 14, 15 people kind of steadily in here. Asking questions and interacting in the chat. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody out there. Just make sure you guys smash that like for me if you haven't. Smash that subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you are, enjoying it and hanging out. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night, 10 Eastern. We'll be on tomorrow night again, and then we'll be on 11:30 Eastern on Sunday morning as well. So we're here for you tomorrow night. We're here for you Sunday morning. Some of the questions, of course, like the start sits. Check back in with us tomorrow. Check back in with Sunday morning, because weather sometimes changes things. New injuries or things pop up. We start getting more information. So more information comes out on some of the injuries. So just, stay tuned, and, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate you, Marty. Appreciate you, Fight Queen, as always. Mulu, all in one show. Andrew, Hector, Ricky, Johnny, of course. Hammer stopped in. Marty, Rob. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Richard, everybody that came in today. Solo Cup. Always appreciate you guys. Just Dre, Nicholas, South Sea, Andrew, AT, Chasers, right? Everybody pretty much came through tonight. Johnny D, Hardcore, Henry, Ray Penn, Boba, Emil, Greg. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Simp, but BP, Ty. Damn, yeah, there was a lot tonight. Jay. Everybody's coming through. Ray Gamer. Yeah, appreciate y'all. About to get up out of here. Kevin, of course. Javier, Kangu, One Nation, Caddy. If I missed anybody, my bad. But yeah, appreciate all y'all. Y'all make it go around. Y'all make it go around. I'll see y'all tomorrow, all right?